alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Morning peeps, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be making a filter, best filter in the world. You know why it's the best filter in the world? Because I'm more likely to maintain it. That's what makes a great filter. It may be a sponge filter for you, it might be a canister filter, it might be any filter. It's the filter that you're most likely to interact with. So without further ado, dive right in, not there, back home. Today I'm going to try to make an external filter test chamber so I can put stuff to the test, i.e. kitty litter, laterite, bioworm, whatever I can get my hands on that you see videos on, I'll use in this test chamber. So the first thing I'm going to need is a 1 meter length drain pipe with an access on the top. So basically on the end of the pipe I've got one of these little access chambers that you add on with a screw on top, but underneath the screw on top you get this little section here with a rubber washer going around. Now if I drill a load of holes in there, that is perforation, and then have that upside down like that, put the cap back on, the water would seep out the joint. So I need to get a rubber washer that's probably around about 83mm to sit on that seat there, on that flange. So when the cap goes back on, it squashes against that and causes a watertight seal. The best I can get is 85mm, which is slightly too big. So I'm just trying to painstakingly get a pair of scissors and cut a millimetre off all the way around so it can fit underneath there and keep it watertight. Then I can come out with a bulkhead connector, down, back up. There you go. There you have it. It fits inside the cap like that. Sits against that, well, not that flange. It'll actually be that flange, and I'll have perforated holes for drainage in the bottom. And there, and that'll fit under there. Keep that watertight. If I hadn't done that, then the water would have just hit that, worked its way through the thread, back out. So now what I'll do is I shall take the cap out, put that in, put the service cap on, tighten that down and water test it. So what I'll do is I'll dry around the edge, get that all nice and dry around it, leave it for an hour and then double check. I might put some, I'll do that now. What I shall do there, do that, and then if the water does come out, it would flow fast, try to flow through that, and I'd notice any water leakage. There's a double check. Excellent, no leaks. So the reason why I want it external instead of internal is because real estate is at a premium inside the tank, and you need to keep that for your fish in the water best you can. So if I keep it outside, I should be able to turn this Frankenstein that you see in the mirror every day into Frankenfine. Hopefully. Well, that's the plan. So I'll keep on bringing this back a little bit, show you how I'm getting on.
What's going on?
So the first thing we have to do is remove the rubber seals that were put in before. We'll take the O-ring off this just so we don't damage it. One side. Now we're going to have to drill a series of holes to turn this into a colander. Just going to use one of these for quickness and ease, and I can make it bigger. actually. There you go. One colander. So next we have to fit the bulkhead. Right, we'll start with this one. A little bit off center. Not that bad. So I'm just going to move up the step drill bit size, yeah. Oh, doesn't want to stay. That should be it. So there you go. Tighten. I've got a feeling that will probably go too far down now because of that. Yeah. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to cut that back to sit in there. I'm just really trying to think, would it be better to drill a bigger hole in that to accommodate that to fit in through? Right. Just need a little bit off that. Probably about that much. Only because I couldn't get no street elbows. The solvent weld. Push that home. Same with this. I like to say it's just because I couldn't get my hands on any street elbows for some reason. All this basically does is melts the two bits of plastic together. So we'll go there to there. So this little bit, you just need to take your time because obviously you want this to run perpendicular with the main soil pipe. So, not under any high pressure, so there you go. So while we're waiting for that to dry, what we'll do is we'll put our overflow fail safe in. So if it all fails and the water gets back up here, it'll come out the overflow there and then back into the tank. That looks about right there. Just need that to set that little angle there. If this doesn't work, what I can do is just add some silicone around it. Got a press play there, so basically that's the premises of it. Water pump, we're pumping in the top, it'll feed through here, down there, all the media, back through here. Later date I'll probably chop that down, add a wider tube and put the heater in there to take that out of the tank as well. but this is just a test at the minute. And it comes back over there, back into the tank. So basically that's the external chamber made. So water's going to flow in through the top there. It's going to filter, percolate through the media there, down there, slowly rise up to its level there, back into the tank. This part here has to be a bit higher, so gravity will keep a constant pressure pushing down, up and around. Hopefully. Stupidly, I've put the overflow pipe in now. I should have it all up, running watertight up through there, and then fitted that, because when I screw that up, I might rotate it round to where the thing is, and that could be facing outside the tank. I'll fix that problem when I come to it. Just worked out my problem. Basically, it's this little section here needs cut down, and the nut cut down a little bit, because that distance there isn't the same as the distance from there to there inside that little chamber. So there you go. Just cut a few mil off that. Much better. Now that should sit properly. Perfect. Right, so next we have to make like a little stand thing to protect the pipes. There to there. That should sit like that. Keep the pipe off the floor. Champion. Whew. Test time. Be a little bit shaky because I'm on handy cam. And there. Not too confident, to be quite honest, in the bottom part. I should have took more time and made sure that hole that I drilled, all the bits was central. I think that's where my trouble's been. There we go. Once it gets up to that level there, get that out. I've got that section there for sponges and lower section for media. Now all that's left to do is to turn that bit of drain pipe into the media cartridge. To be quite honest, I should get quite a couple of media cartridges that'll be interchangeable. 700, 720. See, I can get 3 out of it. Yeah, I get 3 out of that. Just making one. Sorry, just making one at the minute, but I will be able to get extra ones to save us taking things apart. Right, let's go. Now we're just going to turn that into like what looks like a flash guard on a machine gun and drill a series of holes all over. Give that a sand. Note to one cell. Next time, use slots with with a cross-cut saw. That was a nightmare turn out Swiss cheese. So that's it installed. Obviously that will be full of media. That sits in nicely in the bottom. Time to test. I think what I will do though is I may just sit it in a bucket for its first test. Well, that's Frankenstein at the minute. I'm not going to set the pump up or anything properly until I make sure it's leak proof and I've got enough where it comes out of that part first. I've just got a little mesh bag on just to catch any bits of plastic that might be trapped. No harm leaving that on. It should start coming out any second. It's getting there. Any second that should come out. There. Now I just want that gentle flow and hopefully it never reaches the overflow. Let that run for an hour or so. Make sure. Leaks. Tell about the head height's not going up above where I thought. There's no leaks in the bucket, but I will let that run for a bit longer. Oh, you bugger of hell. There you go. There might be some water in the bucket now, thanks to Dopey. Now there you go. The Darth Vader. I know it's a bit ugly, a bit Frankenstein, but I can top that up, hide things away, fill it full of media, and do what it's designed to do, and test different things that's on the internet like kitty litter, biohome, matrix, all that sort of stuff. So until next time, when we get that filled up, that little cartridge full of what we need to fill it up with, ta-da! Whoop, PS, if you like the video, like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Helps us out immensely. Ta-da!